Hello, welcome to this episode of Hampton Roads Business Live. My name is Rory Graham and I'm your host, and today I have the pleasure of having with me Dr. Beverly Orr, Ph.D. from the Renova Wellness Center in Norfolk, Virginia.
Yes, sir.
Welcome.
Thank you, sir.
Why don't we just start with an overview of what you do? Because I know what you do is it's very interesting. It's not the normal.
Yeah, it's not the normal.
Yeah.
But I've got a kind of attraction to the abnormal.
Mm-hmm.
I work with people to help give them information to help heal their body, to help them heal their own body. And I do that by using, at the Renova Center, by using what we call the Zyto. The Zyto is a galvanic, FDA-approved piece of equipment.
Mm-hmm.
You put your hand on, and through the galvanic current, it goes in and it reads all of the electrical impulses through your hand. So as soon as you put your hand on that cradle, we call it the cradle, then it starts reading and starts giving information, getting information from the body. So the body's having a conversation with the computer, and the computer's having a conversation.
The whole body.
The whole body, the internal organs, the blood, the glands, the everything's having a conversation. And at the end of their conversation, it lasts about 15 minutes, then it shoots out a 10 to 12 page report. And that's what we do a consultation on.
And that tells you where you might have problems, blockages, or whatever.
It tells us which organs are experiencing the most distress or not enough energy. Either you can have too much or not enough. It tells us what organs and what glands are doing the same thing. It tells us if you have high heavy metals. It tells us if you have viruses, exposed to a lot of viruses. It tells us how much radiation and what radiations your body doesn't like. It tells us what foods your body loves and what foods your body dislikes. It tells us why your body wants those particular foods at that particular time. If there is something that's medical that's going on, it's going to recommend a homeopathic remedy. And that homeopathic remedy, all of them are assigned a numerical assignment. So the higher the number that is assigned, then the more urgent is your body wants it.
All right, so I bet it would have a whole page on chocolate for me. What is the homeopathic remedy? Is it pills or drops or different things for different things?
Actually, that's a very good question. It goes from anything as simple as teas, okay, like raspberry teas, licorice teas, something as simple as teas, and something as complex as a liquid multivitamin.
Mm-hmm.
So they're not what we call medicines that you can get over the counter.
Right.
Let's say if you're having, if you're your nervous system is highly stimulated, and to the point that where you're about to go into fight or flight, it may recommend something like a lemon balm tincture or a lemon balm tea or a chamomile tea with a lemon balm or something along those lines. They're totally homeopathic. We recommend you take them for 30 days and then come back and get a rescan and let's see where you are.
Mm-hmm. Okay. All right, so now this machine, I'm just intrigued with this because I've had some experience with this personally, as we talked about. So this machine, the way I understand it, is it's reading vibration, it's reading frequency, right?
It's reading vibration and frequency, but more importantly, it's using through that galvanic current, it's actually getting information from your nerves. It's actually getting information from your cells. It's biocommunication, which is a lot similar to biofeedback, which we did a long time ago, but it's biocommunication, so it's actually reading information. Okay,
all right. Okay, so how did you become interested in the holistic health angle?
Well, it's my story. You know, most of us need a wake-up call to do what we feel like is the right thing for us to do. My wake-up call was my mother dying at the age of 58 from complications with colon cancer. And just watching her suffer a death that was just horrible, I never wanted to do that. But I can remember when I was young and she was sickly a lot, and I would say, but Mama, if you would just feel better about some things, then your body would feel better, I bet you. You know, just little things like that that just seemed like common sense to me. And she said, I said, well, let's go for a walk. Let's do something like go for a walk. Let's do something like this. And she would do it, and she feel better. I said, don't you feel better? But then she was always sick because she was always under stress. She always had a cocktail of stress hormones going on. So those stress hormones ultimately, we say cancer, but ultimately she died of a broken heart.
I think the medical industry has said that almost every medical condition is stress related.
Yeah.
So that's interesting. Okay, so where is the Renova Wellness Center, in case people don't know?
The Renova Wellness Center is located on 129 West Virginia Beach Boulevard. It's like right across the street from the Harrison Opera House, which is a landmark in Norfolk. That's where the owner, Dr. Deb Wood, has everything in that building that helps the body heal naturally. We have hyperbaric, we have acupuncture, we have chiropractic, we have the Zyto and the Evox, which work together. We have everything that will help the body heal naturally. We have an impactless gym. We have food programs. We have the salt pods that you can lay down in 800 pounds of Epsom salt, and it just extracts the stress from your body. And we have massage therapy. So every therapy that helps the body to heal naturally work coherently together in order to bring wellness to the body and to the mind and to the spirit. So we've been able to pull all of those together, and we have training programs that we train people with. And on the diet, if you need training on your diet, you can train on anything that will help the body heal naturally.
Very interesting. Okay, and I'm surprised I didn't know that was there.
Oh, well, you're helping us with that mission.
Yeah, I didn't know that was there. I know where the Harrison Opera House is.
Okay.
I didn't know that was there.
Right across the street.
Okay, well, that'll be easy to find then.
Yes,
okay.
sir.
All right, so how does someone that goes to you, how do they know what to ask you for? Do they just tell you what their problem is, or do you just start with that machine and the machine tells you?
Yeah, they can tell us they feel free to tell us what it is, but I explain to them that everything is self-directed, and because I'm philosophical, I deal with the emotional side of things. It's just that the body is always giving off clues. So in looking at what the body is telling us and learning how to read what the body is telling us, then my philosophical mind and background says, oh, you're having liver problems. Well, did you know the liver was the seat of all primitive anger? So then we get to look into the liver. We go to delve into the liver. But the thing that's really amazing, Rory, is once you hear or we read to you what that organ, the emotion that drives that organ, it's like, I know what it is. Sometimes people will break out in tears. Sometimes they break out, wow, they're just amazed. They break out in laughter. It's just the bevy of emotion that comes up because they know what the root significant emotional event was that started that problem.
That's interesting.
It really is.
Yeah.
It really is. And once they know, that's right. It's right. We don't try to convince them. We don't try to figure it out. We don't try to, that's right. Okay, so what are we going to do about it? Where are we going from there?
Right. Okay. Very interesting. All right. So what other services do you provide?
I provide, along with the Zyto, once we see the emotional things that are going on, let's say you have anger that's off the chart, that's way out of range. I said, Rory, that's a lot of anger. Don't you know your body's not designed to carry that? And if you say, well, I'm not really mad, okay, so let's go down a little further. And so if you don't accept the anger, I say, okay, well, you're running a really big program of anger. And we go down a little further and we'll see where the main emotion that comes up, anger and angry. Rory, are you seeing this right here? This is what it is. So in order to remove that anger, then now it's like, okay, once I realize, okay, maybe I am a little bit pissed off. I said, well, I know you're pissed off because your bladder down here is telling me you're pissed off. But up here, let's talk about it. You don't even have to talk about it. We have what's called the Evox, where you just put on a set of headphones. You talk into that, and all you can say is, you can just say angry, 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 for like 10 seconds. And then once we look at the gauge, it's going to spit out a wheel, and that wheel is going to show us where the high energy blockages are. where there's high and extreme energy
Is that
blockages.
through the voice vibration in
We
the voice?
read the energy in the voice.
the
Yes,
energy in the
we
voice,
read the
yeah.
energy in the voice. Because the tongue can lie. The tongue can tell us anything, but we don't care what you say. That's why you can just say angry. I don't need to know what is going on. But if you just say angry, 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 anger, 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 and then you look at where it is, behind every color, there is therapy. So we go behind those colors of extreme emotion. We go behind there. We look at that therapy. You only can take what belongs to you. If it don't belong to you, gotta leave it on the paper. So you take it, okay, well, now that you've embraced that, okay, I am a little angry at something. Okay, you put on a set of headphones and you just listen to music. And I'm gonna ask you to visualize some things while you're listening to that music. I want you to visualize your life without this problem. Where would your life have been? What turn would your life have taken? How would you be now? And just see that. And the music plays, we see how long your body wants to hear it. The music plays, and while you're doing that, after the music stops, we do it again. So you talk it again. And because you're not as angry, you say something like, well, yes, I'm angry, but I'm angry because of the situation that's presenting itself right now. And I really think it could be better, but I'm not really sure how I can fix it. Something like that. So we look at it again, and we see that your anger has shifted. It's not extreme anymore. It's just high. So we do it again. Okay, so let's look at where this anger is high. We go behind there, look at that therapy, do that therapy, ask you some questions there. You only take what's yours. Can't take anybody else's. Take what's yours, and then once you take that, do the same process. We'll play some music, and I'll instruct you to do something. Imagine your life without this sadness. Where would you be? What would you be doing? And then it plays the music, and then it comes back, and then you'll say something else. We'll look at it again and say, wow, it shifted again. So we continue that series for about 5 or 6 series, or however long it takes. And ultimately, before you leave there, your body has released that thing that was making you so angry. You get the words up in the right-hand corner that says, releasing pattern. And once that has released, it has actually released from your body. And your brain begins to build new neural networks so that you can look at that new idea, that new way of looking at yourself. It's like taking your life into the future now and living your future self that you created during that therapy. So it's pretty cool.
Yeah, it sounds very interesting. I know I had a personal experience we talked about with it was a different kind of a slightly different process, but same
concept
thing, same concept. And at first, actually, it was my wife was doing it, and I was extremely skeptical.
Okay.
To the point of being confrontational, skeptical. I just knew this fraud, but the results were with her, and then eventually with a problem that I experienced, were just amazing. And so now when I hear about it, like I heard what you were going to talk about today, that's why I was very interested in speaking with you.
Awesome.
Have we covered everything that you wanted to talk about?
Just one other point.
Okay.
We were talking about it earlier, is that it's so hard for people to believe that healing yourself can be so simple. And it stems from a belief system. If you believe that you were created in the image of a magnificent person, a magnificent intelligence, a loving intelligence, and an intelligent love, then we can heal. We've got all the power that intelligent love has. And if we just accept that and realize that anything that we're living that's unlike that is a program that we've decided to run. So, like you were saying before, well, I have diabetes. Well, we're not going to take ownership of that. I'm going to say, Rory, you're running a program of type 2 diabetes. Would you like to run another program? Would you like to learn another program?
No, I like my type 2 diabetes.
Okay, I'll let you keep that. And there are some people who do.
I think we talked about one of those, didn't we? Okay.
There's some who do.
All right, well, I think you probably have found this to be enlightening. It's certainly different, and I would encourage you, if you're thinking, "Gee whiz, I don't know about that," you should check it out. It sure surprised me, and I'm sure that this is along the same lines. But you can contact Dr. Orr at the Renova Wellness Center. The contact information is at the end of this video. It's also at the bottom of this page. And I thank you very much for coming in. I enjoyed our conversation beforehand and during the interview.
Absolutely.
And I wish you continued success in helping other people.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.